Category time. Player 2, it's your call. For your enjoyment, not the Milky Way. $1,000 at stake on this one. Here's one just for the kids. Which of the following characters would not be able to nurse her young? Jessica Rabbit, Sweet Polly Purebred, Minnie Mouse, or Daisy Duck? All yours? The only non-mammal here, Daisy would not produce milk. Therefore, she's unable to nurse her young. Daisy is the only one, though, who'd be able to make some tasty omelets for her little ducklings. Let's have a category, Player 1. Shake hands with. The men's room is over in New Jersey. This one can net you $1,000. Hey, imagine King Kong has returned to New York to have a couple of drinks with the boys. Say King Kong and his humongous buddies amuse themselves by monkeying around with the Chrysler Building. Considering its unique design, which barroom sport could they play? Quarters, darts, pop-a-shot, or whirly ball? Player 2. The top of the Chrysler Building is shaped like a big dart. So while they're having drinks, they can enjoy a game of darts. Chances are they'll pick up a few women, too. You have the honors, Player 2.
1, 2, praise the almighty 3.
And I believe this one's called Three's Geometry. Looks like this one's going for $1,000. Okay, pay attention here and imagine this Three's Company episode. Jack, Chrissy, and Janet finally give in to their passions and engage in a three-way toe-sucking session. Since they are all different heights, what kind of triangle will they make? Equilateral, isosceles, scalene, or acute? Player 1. Scalene triangles have 3 unequal sides, so since each character is a different height, the sides would be unequal. I hear Jack has a great hypotenuse. Player 1, ante up.
You can't stop at 3, no, you gotta have 4, yeah!
Pucker up for poetry reading on the promenade deck. And we got $3,000 in the pot. Put your tray in the upright position. It's time for takeoff. If the man who was the inspiration for Walt Whitman's "Oh Captain, My Captain" were given the helm of the Love Boat, what would passengers see? Ishmael yelling at Gopher, Abraham Lincoln tutoring Vicky, Horatio Hornblower greeting passengers, or Captain Kirk smooching Charo? Take a shit. "Oh Captain, My Captain" was Whitman's tribute to the assassinated President Lincoln.
Now, Vicky, get back to your homework. When I was your age...
I know, you did it with a shovel and a stick. Gee whiz.
Your turn, Player 2. What's it gonna be?
Let's blow this time and head for number 5.
This little number's known as Up and Adams, and you pocket $2,000 if you get this one. Just step up and take a swing at this one. Imagine that the Addams family is visited by a cousin, Nick Adams. Given the author of the Nick Adams stories, who most likely joined the show's writing staff? Ernest Hemingway, Jack Kerouac, Ian Fleming, or F. Scott Fitzgerald? In case you're wondering, Ernest Hemingway. You can already see his influence in the Addams Family theme. They're spooky, altogether kooky, they live in a museum, people come to see them. Player 1, tell me what's happening. The category is, I'm too sexy for my shirt. Get it right, I'm handing over $2K. Flex those fingers, cause here it comes. Because he's given credit for discovering the fabled G-spot, which gentleman might honestly be able to wear one of those highly sought-after World's Greatest Lover t-shirts? Alan Guttmacher, Ernest Grafenberg, B.F. Goodrich, or Yuri Gagarin? Player 2, German gynecologist Dr. Ernest Grafenberg. I went to my OBGYN and all I got was this lousy t-shirt. Player 2, take your pick.
Lucky 7.
May I introduce people who read people are the luckiest people, and you're playing for $3,000 cash money. Ah, the 80s. What the hell were we thinking? According to People magazine, who is the sexiest man alive in 1986? John F. Kennedy Jr., Mark Harmon, Harry Hamlin, or Patrick Swayze? Player 2. Well, this is going to be a buzzkill. Player 1, it's yours if you want it. Patrick Swayze, you haven't got a ghost of a chance. Ghost? Oh, man. Excuse me, I've got something in my eye. Ooh, the writing's on the wall, right next to my poster of that dreamy hunk Mark Harmon. Yeah, you heard me, sexiest man on the face of the earth, Mr. Mark Harmon. Hey, don't laugh. Back in the 80s, everybody looked good. Player 1, it's up to you. What's next? Uh-oh, wet suck tit shine floor.
It's time for Flickerish Lesson.
Your gibberish category for today is, what's in the package from the crazy guy? I'm going to open the value of this gibberish question at $5,000. Now listen up. Every second and a half, some of the cash is going to disappear, so if you want to win big, you got to be quick. Okay, listen to this gibberish phrase and tell me what song lyric it rhymes with. Nuts! A freak sends me Zen death. And don't think about the punctuation. First clue, it's an REM lyric. It's an REM lyric about what a freak said to Dan Rather. Last clue, Kenneth, how often? And while you're at it, type, Kenneth, type. Dan, look out!
Nuts a freak sends me Zen death. Nuts a freak sends me Zen death.
So they took a crazy guy's rant and made it into song lyrics. Like I always say, who needs writers? Player 1, give me category.
Aloha, question number 9.
Here we have, next time, let's just cuddle, Spidey. And it's worth $2,000 if you get this one right. Hey, remember that old nursery rhyme about Little Miss Muffet and the spider that scared her? Well, let's say the spider wants to have sex with Little Miss Muffet in true spider fashion. Because of the location of a spider's sex organs, how will he pleasure her? Will he gently bite her fingers off, sensuously rub her with his foot, suavely stick her in his armpit, or playfully poke her with his nose? All yours. A male spider's penis is on the tip of one of its legs. He's a real jerk about it, too. He always wants his toes sucked, but never wants to do it to her. Player 1, ante up. You, my friend, better start getting comfortable, because this one could get steamy. You're joining in on a three-way. Okay, let me briefly explain here. You're gonna see a three-way like this one. If you buzz in when the correct member of the three-way is lit up, it's $1,000 in the bank. But be careful, if you don't make a correct match, you'll lose some cash every time you're wrong. But don't be misled, this question may or may not have anything to do with the three-way as a group. So, let's get going. Let's just say this one's known as Three Singing Hippies. So it seems we'll be joined by Crosby, Stills, and Nash. Here we go, and for goodness sake, be careful.
Oh, yes!
yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes! Oh, yes!
Okay, we're stripped down to our skivvies. Looks like that's all we got. Let's see how you scored. All right, player 2, you took the round, but let's see how you stand up in the game overall. All right, player 2, ride that wave, baby. So, let's see what we've got ahead of us here. Okay, we're halfway home. Let's see how round 2 treats you. All right, kids, arm yourselves. 1 screw apiece. That's enough to get you started. Now remember, you've all got screws, so you might as well use them. Just buzz in and hit the S key to force someone to answer the question. When else is screwing gonna be that simple? Your pick, player 2, how about it?
Don't look now. It's question 11.
Well, looks like this category is a woman of all seasonings. $2,000 says you don't know this one. Let's rock. Suppose Mrs. Dash went on a crash diet. Because it's an even smaller amount than a dash, which of the following might you want to be called? Mrs. Scant Teaspoon, Mrs. Pony, Mrs. Jigger, or Mrs. Pinch? Player 1, hit. A pinch is about 1/16 of a teaspoon. A dash is just a little bit more. No matter how little she eats, I still say she's got too much salt in her diet. Let's have a category, player 1.
I'm getting a reading of 12. Over.
Well, what do we have here? Tiny men and their gods. 4,000 big ones for a right answer here. Think fast. The mythological god Morpheus would probably exert the most control over which of the 7 dwarves? Grumpy, Sleepy, Dumbo, or Bashful? Player 2. In Greek and Roman tradition, Morpheus was the son of sleep and god of dreams. And Snow White fell asleep after she ate the apple. Coincidence? Category time. Player 2, it's your call. The selection is The Rise and Fall of Small Ugly Creatures. Set up straight. This one's worth $6,000. Hey, remember David Bowie's alter ego Ziggy Stardust and his backup band, the Spiders from Mars? Well, imagine Ziggy is planning a comeback but can't get the Spiders from Mars back together. If he wants another spidery band, which of these should he not choose? Tarantulas from Beyond Space, the Velvet Daddy Longlegs, the Brown Recluses, or Black Frosted Widows? Player 1. No, tarantulas are spiders, but the chicks don't go for guys that hairy. Make your move, player 2. Take a shot. Daddy Longlegs are not actually spiders, although they're closely related. It's just as well. The dim lighting on stage is just a recipe for disaster.
Guitar solo, Stig! Oops, I've stepped on Stig.
You have the honors, player 2.
Ain't no love like number 14.
Open wide and get ready for I love it, his game. Play your cards right, you win $4,000. Okay, let's say every player in the NBA was nicknamed after a type of pasta. If the following NBA athletes had as much twist to their playing styles as their pasta nicknames, whose game would have the most flair? Lasagna Ellis, Rigatoni Kukoc, Fusilli Del Negro, or Penny Hardaway? Oh, sorry, rigatoni is tube-shaped, but for what it's worth, I do enjoy Tony Kukoc stuffed with a chunky ragu sauce. Ball's in your court, player 2. Hey, got a minute? Take a look at a right answer. Fusilli are long strands of curly, twisted pasta. The problem with all these guys is they play really well until they sweat, and then they get all soggy and bloated. Player one, your choice. What are we doing?
Not 14, not 16, you're right in between.
This one's called I'll Reincarnate For Ya. How does $2,000 sound? Hey, remember Culture Club's music video for Karma Chameleon? It's set in the 1800s on the Mississippi where the boys are causing trouble on a steamboat. If Culture Club had shot its video for Karma Chameleon on a sacred Hindu river, which image might you now see? Michael Craig plucking a koto on the Yangtze? Boy George doing the hora on the Jordan? John Moss banging a bongo on the Congo? Or Roy Hayes strumming a sitar on the Ganges? Player one, karma is a central concept of Hinduism, and the Ganges is a sacred Hindu river. As far as karma goes, do you think Culture Club will be considered a good act or a bad act in determining Boy George's station in his next life? Player one, hit me with the category. Nice choice, Player one. Kick Player two out of the way, because this one's just for you. It's time to play Dis or Dat. This Dis or Dat's category name is Stop Playing With That. Heads up. Now I'm going to read off 7 terms, and for each one I want you to tell me if it's a yo-yo trick or a euphemism for masturbation. As each phrase comes up, if it deals with a yo-yo, press 1. If it deals with genitalia, press 2. And press 4 to skip. You get $1,000 for each right answer, and I'll take $1,000 away for a wrong answer or for one you didn't get to. Okay, give me 30 seconds on the clock. Let's dance. Beat the bishop. Does it involve a yo-yo? Choke the chicken. Rock the baby. Skin the cat. Spank the monkey. Walk the dog. Last one. Whack the weasel. That's all she wrote. Only one wrong. Pretty damn good, cowboy. Let's toss that into your total. Nice shooting, Tax. Let's mosey on ahead. Player 2, give me something. Well, the good news is you're still alive. Bad news, you just picked an impossible question. And this one is Shakespeare and the Rule of 3. Holy cow, looks like this one's going to be worth 20,000 big ones. I'm going to be real honest with you. You haven't got a chance in hell on this impossible question. And with that, here we go. What is the third word of the third scene of the third act of Shakespeare's The Life and Death of King Richard III? The, strawberries, noble, or Ratcliffe? Nobody's going for it? Why so chicken, Player 2? You've got cash to spare. Hey, audience, what do you think?
Don't be a wimp!
Player 2, it's yours. Noble attempt. Player 1, what do you say? Come on, pause the game, put your shoes on, go to the library, and look it up. How hard could it be? Act 3, Scene 3, Word 3 of Richard 3 is Ratcliffe. Now, the next time this comes up, you'll know. I wonder what Player 2 is going to pick. Let's see what we got going. Nice packs. And get this one right, you got 4K coming your way. Hope you brought your suit. It's time to get wet. How many Gregory Pecks would it take to make a Gregory bushel? 1/16, 1, 2, or 4? Take a shot, Player 2. 2? No, but then you could have a peck on each cheek.
Oh, that's sweet.
Player 1, it's you. Player, you need 4 Gregory Pecks to make a Gregory bushel. You know, I really loved Gregory Peck and the gradiated tons of Navarone. Player one, it's up to you. What's next? Say hello to, hey, that's not chicken. Get a right answer, you're walking away with $4,000. Okay, listen up. Let's imagine this conversation between Hawkeye Pierce and Dr. Sidney Friedman from MASH.
It's driving me crazy, Sidney. I hate the idea of war, but I'm committed to fixing these kids so they can go back and fight the war.
How would Dr. Sidney Friedman most likely respond? I'm intrigued by your cognitive dissonance. Do you dream of sleeping with your father? You have a vast collective unconscious, or, geez, you're worse than Narcissus. Player two. Cognitive dissonance is the tension caused by holding two conflicting beliefs, like being opposed to war yet patching up soldiers so they can return to battle. Or say, being a dark satirical movie adapted for primetime television. Your pick, player two. How about it? Now serving. It's not over till the fat lady wears floppy shoes. $2,000 for a correct answer. Let's see how you handle this one. Suppose Bozo got tired of the circus and decided to take up opera. Considering the lead tenor is a clown, for which of these operas is Bozo already dressed? La Traviata, La Boheme, I Pagliacci, or Die Zauberflöte? Player
Happy trails.
Player one, you can take it. Nah, Bozo's a little too cheerful to be bohemian. Let's take a look at the right answer. I Pagliacci is the story of a clown tormented by his unfaithful wife.
That's right, Bozo. I found a man whose nose doesn't squeak when he ravishes me.
Player two, take your pick. Gather round, friends. It's attack time, and I got a clue for you. Things I just won't swallow. Well, I don't know. I'll try just about anything once. At any rate, try and swallow this. Player one, you got this trivia thing down pat. I think you need to get out more. Here's a great pickup line I learned. You don't know. Beautiful people.